Vika and Linda, welcome back to Noise11.com. We've been talking a lot over the past 12 months. Gee, the great thing about lockdown is you two are always home. I can always get hold of you to have a chat to.
It's nice being home.
It's not only nice to be home, but you've actually been in the studio. There's been an album that we've talked about forever. 2002 was the last actual album. When we discount the Sunday Sessions record and the compilation record, etc. But the wait. And I know everybody's using the pun. It's been worth the wait. So I'll start off with the pun. This has been worth the wait.
Right. Well,
okay.
Have you heard it?
I certainly have all the way through. And, if we go back to that very first Vika and Linda record, I mean, this kind of fits the template, doesn't it, of getting some of the greatest songwriters in Australia together to put together an original song for you. So we're not talking about a covers record here. We're talking about Vika and Linda songs done by, people such as Chris Cheney, Glenn Richards, Don Walker. So we do have that sort of connection with the first record, don't we?
Linda really was responsible for that, Paul. She got the ball rolling. So she rang everyone up because I'm gutless and I fear rejection. She doesn't. So she said, no, I'm just going to ring up and see if people can write us a song or help us. Because Linda enjoys songwriting. I don't. I like to sing rather than write. But, yeah, she started the whole process and it's true. I actually didn't think of that it's gone back to like it was the first album where people had written for us. So I'm glad you pointed that out.
So, Linda, tell me about those conversations. How did they roll? Like you get the phone out, you're dialing the number there and Don Walker answers at the other end. What's the first thing you say?
Yeah, hello. How are you going? Can you write us a song? Look, Vika and I are putting together a record, and we haven't done a record in a very long time, and we just wondered if you could contribute a song, especially for us. And most people said yes. Actually, all of them said yes. That's how, we just keep it really simple and they ask, everyone sort of said, well, what sort of material are you looking for? What sort of direction are you going in? What do you hear? Is there anything you can sort of bounce around to give me an idea of where you're headed? And so I would just describe where Vika and I were at, like in our sort of minds, what sort of style we wanted to do, and they'd take it from there. And it's kind of like most of them got it right. First cab off the rank. It's really incredible.
That's very interesting that you describe, where you're at. So then how does Ben Salter on that conversation come out with My Heart Is in the Wrong Place?
It's true. That was tricky. There was a song that he'd written that Paul Kelly played for me on a plane, and I really liked it. And I said, well, maybe Ben can write us something, do you reckon I could meet him? I really like his songwriting and his voice. And Paul set it up, and Ben came over. And we just, it's awkward sometimes. I've never met him before. And so we made a cup of tea and it wasn't awkward at all. It was gorgeous and we got along really well. And I just said to him, look, Vika and I like a direct message. We're not always perfect people. And we'd like to sort of tell a song in that vein. And he went away to Europe for about 6 months and came back with that song.
Yes, if we go to Raise Your Hand, that's a Kasey Chambers song. And Kasey has dabbled in gospel before, but was this specifically constructed by Kasey to actually give a Vika and Linda sound to one of her songs?
Yep, definitely. Linda called Kasey up. She was in America, and she said, yep, no worries, girls. If you want, I'll write you the whole record. She sent like five songs in a fortnight. The first one was Raise Your Hand, wasn't it, Lulu?
Yep, that's correct. And it was just so beautiful. The way, she's got such a great the way she uses gospel. She knows we're gospel singers too, so she used that element and put it in a really kind of great direct way. I just loved it. I love what she does anyway. So does Vika. But she just nailed it in that song, I reckon. The melody and the lyrics are just perfect for us.
Mm. It's interesting how you break down a song into who is going to be the lead singer. Some of the songs are Vika, some of the songs are Linda, but we get to Teeth on the album, and that's both of you together.
We never sung it before. We didn't even do it in pre-production. And Linda said, can we please try singing Teeth? And I don't know how it came about, us singing it together. I think it just worked. We just started singing it in the studio, trying to nut out an arrangement. And the producer, Stephen Schram, said, it sounds great in unison. Is that right, Lulu?
That's right. And we know we can sing in unison, but I think for that song in particular, we pulled out everything we learned as backing singers, really, because we had to back ourselves and we had to sing lead at the same time. So we did a lead vocal and constructed the backing vocals around it so it would support that. So it's 5 parts, actually. It's quite complicated. And we did it really quickly, and it was great fun. It was so gratifying.
With the song Rabbit Hole, that is one that really rocks. In fact, I don't think I've heard you two, Vika and Linda, sounding as rock as that. Probably Never Let Me Go, Black Sorrows, Change of the Wheel. You were sort of dabbling in towards rock there. But Rabbit Hole is a rock song. Tell me about that one.
Oh, Kasey Chambers wrote this one too, and that was one of the first 5 that she sent.
With
and
Brandon?
Brandon Dodd.
Yep.
Yeah. And we had been sort of playing it live for a couple of years, trying to work out, just playing it in. And we used to do it like a boogie. And then we got into the studio, and just with those musicians, it just completely changed. I liked the lyrics because it was kind of, desperation. How am I going to get out of this situation type thing? So I just thought, well, it has to be sung really tough. And the boys sort of cottoned onto that quite quickly. Cameron sort of changed the whole rhythm. Cameron Bruce, he was the other producer on the record, the piano player. He started playing this rhythm. I said, what the hell are you doing there? What is that? And he just laughed at me. And then for some reason it just worked. Everyone just started playing, and then the song got more and more intense, and everything was done very much on the day. It wasn't, we had really great musicians that just knew what to do and instinctively knew, the minute we opened our mouths, they knew where to go. So I was really happy with the way that song ended up, because I was thinking, maybe this would be one we'd leave off the record, but I'm so happy that it worked out the way it did, because it's actually one of my favourite songs on the record.
Let's try and match the songwriters with the songs, because, I've got a list of songs and I've got a list of songwriters, but I haven't got who's done what. What was Paul Kelly's song on the album?
Yeah, The Long View. It's the last song on the album.
Oh, okay. Well, let's match everyone up. Like a Landslide. Who wrote that?
Bernard Fanning. Bernard Fanning wrote that song.
Okay. Yeah. Teeth, the one that we spoke about before.
Eva Seymour.
Eva Seymour, she's a young Mark Seymour's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a young songwriter, really, really talented. So we were really happy that song made it. I'm really glad we did it, and just a young female songwriter. I just like the fact that her and Kasey and who's the? Oh, I won't give away who wrote another female songwriter on the album. I won't give that away yet. I'll let you guess.
Well, we've got to wait for the record to come out, do we, and work our way down the list. Is this how it's going to work?
No. We'll tell you, Paul. You just ask.
I think, tell me if I'm wrong here, Linda, but is Vika working on a game show where people have to come out and match songs and songwriters?
Yeah, let's do it. That's a good idea, Vic. Great
It certainly
idea.
would be. Yeah, it's interesting that you have somebody like Eva and somebody like Paul Kelly. So you're taking probably Australia's, Paul and Don, two of Australia's greatest ever songwriters, and they fit into one category. But you're also introducing someone when we talk about somebody like Eva coming in to work on your.
That was important. That was important. We wanted to the record to be made up purely on the merit of the song. not you know, who wrote it or whatever. We wanted the songs to speak for themselves. It just so happened that they were written by really incredible songwriters. I mean, I had a crack. I couldn't pull it off. So, and Eva was one of them. You know, the fact that she wrote that when she was 19 didn't make any difference. It was just a great song.
What about the Chris Cheney song? Where did Chris fit into the record?
He sent a couple, didn't he, Vic?
Yeah, he did. Really, 2 great songs.
Fantastic songs, yeah.
Was it Bill Page that got hooked us up with Chris?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
We're very lucky.
And he sent these 2 songs that we instantly liked, and the one that made the record, Lover Don't Keep Me Waiting.
He wrote that for us.
Yeah, and we just liked, it's kind of a tough lyric, you know. I'm just, if you're not gonna stick around, then I'm out of here, you know. So, you know, it's like, yeah, perfect, Chris. And we liked the fact it was up. It was I consider it to be a rock song. I like that.
It's one of those rare songs we flipped. Like, I was meant to sing it, and Vika was meant to sing the other one. And when we were in pre-production, I went, this is not suiting me at all. You sing it. And she goes, okay, cool. She could hear it, yeah. So Vika ended up singing it, singing the pants off. And, that happened a couple of times actually. For Landslide was meant to be sung by me, and I just said no. I think Vika will do a better job. I just hear it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to sing Pigface and Calendula, Glenn Richards' song, Pigface and Calendula. I wanted to sing it. Linda went, no way, I'm singing it, and it's quite rocky. And I thought, well, yeah, she should, because Linda's known more as a ballad kind of singer. She's got a beautiful tone in her voice, and I thought, no, yeah, she should. So I'm glad she wouldn't. She dug her heels in and didn't let me have my way, because she does a great job.
It sounds like it must have been a fun album to make, but you did it so quickly, like 8 days at Woodstock Studios. Is that the quickest you've ever been in and out of a studio?
No.
I think the shortest time we've made an entire album in one day.
Wow.
At Peter Gabriel's studio in Box, when we recorded at his studios when we were doing WOMAD, and we made a record called Mouth of the River in his studios with Chad Blake in one day. So, yeah, we can work fast.
Yeah. But this is still an incredible output in 8 days. So how did it work? Did you sort of do, like, was it the Beatles format of doing the early albums? You know, you do a song in the morning, break for lunch, song in the afternoon, go home, come back the next day and do it again?
We start at like 10 o'clock in the morning, finish 8 o'clock at night. And that would be it. We'd do 2 songs a day. Sometimes we even went back and re-recorded. I think we re-recorded Raise Your Hand. So, yeah, we worked very quickly. We had a bunch of musicians that could work fast too. So, and we like working that way. You know, we basically recorded it live. Everyone was in the studio and we just went for it. Because of lockdown too, we had to work quickly because we thought, oh, God, we're going to get locked down again. So quick, get in, do it, get out. So,
Yeah, and the band that you've got here with Ash Naylor, Cameron Bruce, Richard Bradbeer, Lachlan O'Kane, is this a band that you will also tour with?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. In November, they're coming on the road with us.
We want the people that were involved with the record to do the tour, because that's the way we're going to recreate that sound. You know, that as true to it as possible, and probably have some backing singers too, because Vika and I lay it up. There weren't any other backing singers on the album. We sang our own backing vocals, so we're going to need that when we tour the theatres in November. But, you know, I think that Steve Schram and Cameron were very adamant about not having any other singers on the record apart from us. So we just went with it because we knew we could do our own backing vocals, but it's just changing our voices. We can do that, and we did that quite a bit. You know.
Well, it's great to see 3 Vika and Linda records in 1 year. How's that for an output?
Yeah, nothing for 19 years and then 3 in a year and a half.
Oh yes, but this is the first of original songs in 19 years, so it's good to see. The Wait, the name of the album. Vika and Linda, thanks for joining us here at Noise 11.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for having us.